Stephen, management here at Roper says the nightclub will be open as usual tonight, but some of the trucks here are still from last night's incident, or should I say early this morning. Take a look at this truck. There's still a bullet hole in the back of this truck, and if you walk towards me here, the window, excuse me, you can see this passenger window is completely shattered, and then through there, it looks like the bullet went through the back window and straight through the driver's side window. Now, this is just one car of many that were hit this morning. Our Ryan Moore was on the scene as the situation unfolded. Now, this is exactly where the suspect's truck was. You can see some of the glass is still in the grass from that black truck this morning, but inside the nightclub, it was a little bit of a different situation. While the chaos was unfolding out here, folks inside didn't know what was going on. The music, the atmosphere, they didn't hear any of the gunshots inside that building. Now, they didn't know what was going on until they tried to leave this morning. I caught up with some folks and the manager of Roper's early this morning.
When customers started running inside the building, we knew they was running from something. We just did not know what at the time.
Terry McFarland is a manager at Roper's. Inside, as shots rang out through the parking lot.
People wanted to leave. Nobody wanted to stay. I mean, they wanted to get out here and see what was going on.
A man on the patio deck told me he heard 10 to 15 quick pops. Another man outside said it sounded like fireworks.
I heard nothing.
Inside, Paul Tudor says loud music had clubgoers in the dark. He didn't realize anything was going on until his friends tried to leave at closing time.
Yeah, they had the front door blocked off. They wouldn't let us leave.
They wanted to leave. I mean, people was trying to bum rush the security because they wanted to leave.
When they were able to leave the building, some couldn't get far. A handful of cars taped off in the crime scene, some people falling asleep on the pavement, waiting for hours as investigators combed the area, the crime scene growing as the sun rose.
We got some more tape we can...
The night out turning into something many didn't expect.
Come to Roper's. It's a good place to come to. I mean, this happened outside of Roper's. It didn't happen inside of Roper's.
But they also agree it could have been a lot worse.
It could have. I mean, he could have really shot somebody. Somebody could have really got hurt.
The UL Fire Safety Research Institute says closing all the doors in your home at bedtime will not only protect you from the heat, but will also slow down that thick, toxic smoke. If you get your insulin or other medication mailed to you, it sure is convenient, but you want to make sure it's not in that mailbox or on your doorstep for too long, especially with these freezing temperatures. The implant is comparable in size to this matchstick. A doctor implants it into the patient's arm. The patient can feel it while it's in there, but for anyone in the public, it goes virtually unnoticed. Blair, in the last 10 minutes or so, representatives from OSHA, that's the Occupational Safety and Health Administration, as well as Mississippi Power, have come out to this construction site behind me. You can see them over there, and they are up around that lift. Now, I'm going to step behind the camera and try to give you guys a better shot of what is going on here. It's a constant threat no matter where you live. Someone breaking into your home and taking your stuff. How many homes would you say that you think you've burglarized? 50, 100?
Wow. A bunch.
A bunch?
A bunch.
Ricky Strickland was a convicted criminal, spent time behind bars, and says he started breaking into homes at 15 years old.
Support a habit, most of all. It was a means of living, just like a job.
The FBI reports there were over 23,000 burglaries in Mississippi last year. Of those, 363 were in Jones County, 270 in Lamar County, over 370 in Hattiesburg, and nearly 250 in Laurel.
The easiest thing to do, man, is to get into a neighborhood, not a rural area.
And those crimes cost victims about $3.6 billion. About 60% of burglaries happen in the day, and Ricky says that's true.
Usually it's just because you're riding around and you see something you want, you know, and you get out. Just normal clothes.
The Jones County Sheriff's Department says the most active time from 7:30 in the morning to 4:30 in the afternoon.
Make yourself at home in somebody else's neighborhood.
When most of you are at work or out of the house. What if someone was home?
Then you just spoke to them, you know, hey, how you doing? Is so-and-so here? Or I'm broke down the road. Could I use your telephone or something like that? And just play it off as you wasn't there to do anything.
And when you are home enjoying the cooler weather,
open windows are always a telltale sign.
Living room, window.
You need to cover your windows because you have cracks in windows. Matter of fact, you can walk up to just about any blind set, and where the strings go, there's holes. If you stand there and look long enough, you can look straight through those holes and see everything in a home. Everything.
Ricky says those security system signs out front won't really do much, but what will help, cameras.
Now that right there is a no-go. That is a no-go.
And Captain Tanya Madison says they proved to help.
We recommend everyone to put up a camera, a deer camera, a game camera, whatever type camera that, and make sure that they're functioning. Because you're just sitting there saying, oh, I got cameras, and then, well, they don't work. That's not going to help, our case and help us solve your case.
Plus, your pets may not be as scary as you think. Once inside.
First thing that I would look for is a gun safe, a gun cabinet. First place that I would look would be in the closets if I were trying to find anything. The places where people feel like they can hide stuff, under the beds.
Ricky says the burglary can happen in record time, grabbing a sheet from the bed or a bag to collect things in plain sight.
It don't take very long for a man to go in with his mindset.
And he'd leave, just like he's done with his past. Ricky's been clean for 6 years now and spends most of his time with Dying to Live Ministries.
This is our life and how short it is.
Talking to the community about his experiences.
The things that I've seen and the things that I've done in my life, it's absolutely amazing that I'm not dead. That one of those nights breaking into a home, somebody didn't shoot and kill me, or the person that I was selling drugs to their children, somebody hasn't already killed me. I'm just amazed that I'm still alive, and I thank God for it.
I'm Melissa Egan for 7 on Your Side.
After almost 4 months of detours, there's good news for drivers heading into downtown Hattiesburg and neighbors who live around the construction site at Mount Carmel Baptist Church. Our Melissa Egan has an update from Main Street tonight. Melissa.
Carrie, this has been a long process. It started in July. That's when the city put up these road closed signs around Mount Carmel Baptist Church because that building B, was deemed unsafe. But in the next couple days, these signs will be moved and traffic will be back to normal. Crews with M&M Services were laying sod on the now cleared property today, well ahead of the 45-day deadline for the demolition project, which started last month.
The company came in, they were very well experienced. They brought in the proper equipment. The building was torn down within the reasonable time determined by the contract, and right now we are just finalizing the grounds.
This is what the building looked like this summer when engineers said it was unsafe, unstable, and could collapse at any moment, prompting the city to move forward with road closures and front the bill for the nearly $340,000 demo project. Rutland says contractors were able to save some items for the church.
They were able to salvage some bricks as requested, and they've been salvaged.
So drivers can expect to see this road closed sign and this road completely open straight through here on Main Street by Wednesday afternoon, especially by Wednesday at this time. As for 5th Street on that side of the church, that's expected to be reopened sometime next week. In Hattiesburg, Melissa Egan, WDAM 7 News.
Tells Melissa, what can you tell us?
Hey, Carrie and Steve. So last night during the city council meeting, council members were presented with an audit for fiscal year 2015. So that's 2 years late. Now, during that presentation, council members were also shocked to hear that the accounting firm they were using said that the city still owed them $110,000. Well, tonight at city council, Mayor Toby Barker announced that the city has received the electronic version of that copy. That was the questionable thing last night. Mayor Barker says they need that electronic version of that audit to send out to different federal agencies and government agencies so the city can get back into compliance. So what we found out tonight is that, yes, the city has received that electronic version. That's something the firm said they had to pay $110,000 to get. So the news tonight for the city is that they did get that electronic version. However, I have been told that fees have not been discussed. So an outcome on how much the city still owes to that accounting firm has not been resolved at this time. I'll have more details tonight. For now in Hattiesburg, Melissa Egan, WDAM 7 News.